This is the world's fastest land mammal. When I tell you that it can run at a speed of up to 80 miles per hour, you probably imagine it's some kind of huge predator like a lion or a tiger. But in reality, this record-breaking sprinter is an antelope that weighs less than 200 pounds. How does it manage to outrun its predators? Why does it need to be so fast? And why should we care about the incredible speed of a tiny antelope? Hi, and welcome to Life Noggin. Today, we're talking about the swift and graceful antelope, nature's true sprinter. The swift and graceful antelope, also known as the black buck, lives in India, Nepal, Iran, and Sri Lanka. These antelopes are usually around 3 feet, tall at the shoulder, and weigh between 88 and 180 pounds. They have long, slender legs, short, fine manes running down their necks, and a pair of horns that curve backward on each side of their head. Their fur is a mixture of black and white, giving them their name. However, there are many different color variations depending on where they're found. For example, Indian black buck has a golden brown back with white underparts, while the Sri Lankan black buck has a bluish-gray back with black underparts. Now, if you know anything about antelopes, you probably think that their primary defense against predators is their incredible speed. And you're not wrong, but it's not the whole story. See, being fast helps them escape from predators like lions, leopards, hyenas, and wolves. But they also employ other techniques, like kicking at predators with their strong hind legs and using their sharp horns to jab and gouge out their attackers' eyes. Yikes. Now, there are two main factors that allow these antelopes to achieve their top speed of 80 miles per hour. First, their body shape is similar to a cheetah's, allowing them to move through the grass with ease. Second, their large heart and lungs allow for a high oxygen intake, which enables them to sustain their speed for longer periods of time. And like Olympic sprinters, they use a technique called the high step, which means they lift their legs really high while running, almost like they're doing a very fast high knee. This technique reduces the amount of ground contact time, increasing their stride length and overall speed. When sprinting, the muscles in their legs store elastic energy, which is then released when they take a step, helping them spring forward with every stride. In addition, they have tendons that are more elastic than those of most other mammals, allowing them to bounce back even more energy. Finally, the black buck has a large liver, which researchers believe helps store glycogen, a form of energy, and release it into the bloodstream, which powers their muscles while they run. So we know that black bucks are super fast, but how exactly did they get that way? Well, much like humans, black bucks can't outrun their problems. Originally, they were slow and clunky, but over millions of years, natural selection caused them to gradually become faster and more efficient runners. As the climate changed and landscapes shifted, grasslands began to replace forests, forcing antelopes to adapt and become better at running in order to survive. This process of adaptation is still happening today. Researchers found that populations of black buck living in areas with more predators are faster than those living in areas with fewer predators. Basically, the antelopes have evolved to be speedy because it helps them stay alive. So, in other words, survival of the fastest. And although losing to a speedy antelope is embarrassing for a predator, it actually benefits the ecosystem as a whole. By keeping the antelope population under control, predators help maintain the balance of the entire ecosystem. And by studying these magnificent creatures, we learn more about how animals evolve, which can help us understand and protect other species. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new, make sure to share this video with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe for more fun science videos. And as always, this has been Life Noggin. Don't forget to keep on thinking.